everybody! How's everybody doing today? Are you doing great? I'm so glad to hear. Today, we're going to be making slime. Not just one slime, but a few kinds. We're going to see which ones we like the best. Some will work and some won't, because some of these I've never even tried before. Actually, I don't know if I've tried any of them before. So let's see. I hope you have fun doing this. I'll get my ingredients all together. There's so many different things I need. I'll be right back. For this slime that we're making, we will be using cornstarch and hair conditioner. I happen to have hair conditioner that I don't use, so I'm using that one. But any kind of conditioner will work. Are you ready? Let's see how this one turns out. Let's start out by measuring a half a cup of cornstarch. You don't have to use as much. You can use less or you can use more. Oops, I'm making a mess. And you pour that in first. You might need some for later. Then you add in some hair conditioning. Just go around a couple times because you might need more, you might need less. You add as you go, and then you just stir it. It's going to take a few minutes. Now see how it's a little sticky still? That means you might need to add a little bit more cornstarch. When it gets to like this, you can start using your hands so you can feel how sticky it is. The conditioner I use smells so good. It's still kind of really sticky, so I think I probably need a little more cornstarch. Okay, so you just keep kneading it and kneading it and kneading it. It'll become really soft. If you need a little bit more cornstarch, go ahead and add to it. It's not going to hurt it. So once it gets like this, where it's not sticking to your hands anymore, you can add food coloring if you want. It depends on if you want it or not. I like it kind of white. But let me show you how you add food coloring to it. So the first thing you do is put your gloves on, because you don't want your fingers to get all colored. Now, a really neat thing you could do, if you don't have food coloring, is you could use Kool-Aid mix. This way you also have a smell, the dry Kool-Aid powder. But for this one, I'm going to use just regular food coloring. Let's see. I think I'm going to use yellow. So you just put a couple drops of food coloring, depending on what color you want it, and you just continue kneading it. See the colors getting all mixed together? It might take a few minutes, depending on what color you want. You can always add more food coloring. Ooh. Okay, so it's all done, and see, mine is nice and yellow. It's kind of hard to see in the sunlight, but mine's nice and yellow. And then you can play with it however you want. We're going to put this to the side so we compare the other ones that we're going to do. So let's move on to our next one. Are you ready? Good. This one I've never made either. This one has cornstarch again, but instead of conditioner, we're going to use shampoo. You can also use dish soap if you have that. So I just, again, happen to have shampoo that I don't use, so I'm going to use that. Are you ready? Let's see how this one turns out. So for this recipe, I'm only going to use 1/3 of a cup, only because I don't want to run out of cornstarch with all these that I'm trying. So we put that in there, just like the other one. And then what we use, shampoo. Up. But this time, also, we drizzle it around. And we stir, just like last time. Do you think it's going to be the same? Or do you think it's going to be different? I don't know. We'll have to see. And of course, add more shampoo as you go. When it gets to this consistency, it might be easy just to use your hand. It feels different than the one I use with conditioner. So just like with the other one, you want to take it out and you want to start kneading it. Now, let's add our food coloring. What color should we do this time? How about green? And again, as bright or as light as you want it. I think I'm going to add 6 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you think it's going to be too dark? We'll have to see. Okay, guys, let's see. I think mine turned really pretty. Now this one definitely feels different than the first one. This one feels more like, almost like Play-Doh. But again, we're going to compare all of them when we're done. This one's fun. This one feels a little stiffer, but it's not sticky at all. Okay, on to our next one. For our next slime, you're going to need glue, baking soda, 1/4 cup water, and contact solution. I don't wear contacts, but I ordered online at Walmart. Let's see how this one goes. Are you ready? Okay, so first I'm going to add the food coloring to my measuring cup to make sure I have 1/4 cup of liquid. Pour that into my measuring cup. Then I'm going to get 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And stir that really well. Then, in your bowl, you get a bottle of glue. I don't have a regular bottle of glue, so I have this big one. So I'm going to estimate like 5 ounces of glue. Because the recipe calls for a bottle of glue. So then we pour our water mixture with our baking soda. Make sure it's all stirred up. Into our glue. Then we take our contact solution and we squirt some in. And give a stir. And look, we have slime. This is the slime we use at school all the time. And it's fun. This isn't like the other slime we made. Let me just show you. If it's too slimy for me, if you don't like it this slimy, you can always add, just sprinkle a tiny bit of more baking soda on it, and it will look like this. It's still stretchy and fun to play with. It's just not as sticky and slimy. So for our last one, these are the ingredients we need. We need 1/4 cup of hot water. Not too hot, just enough to melt the salt. We're going to need salt and a tablespoon measure. We also need glue, and of course, we need food coloring. Okay, are you guys ready to start this one? This is our last one. So first we need our glue. We put glue in a container. Then we add our food coloring. We haven't used blue yet, so let's do blue. Just 1 dot will do. Then we take our salt and we put 3 tablespoons. Sorry, I had to stop it because guess what? That one did not work. I'll go get it out of the microwave after my 5th try, which you're trying to show you what it looked like. That one never worked. I guess, I don't know what happened. Oh well, on to the next one because I have one more for you then because that wasn't the last one. Well, I'm back from the microwave and let me tell you, all it did is make a mess. Sorry that one didn't work, but it happens. Okay, so for this last one, all we need is some glue and some laundry detergent. Hopefully this one will work. All you do is you pour your glue into your bowl, depending on how much slime you want. And you add some laundry detergent. So I've been stirring for a while now, and it's not really getting any thicker. It's still kind of runny. So I wonder if it's because the kind of detergent I'm using is pure and clean. It doesn't have a lot of chemicals in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add something else to it. I'm going to add liquid starch. Just a little bit. And keep stirring it. Oop, it's starting to come together. Okay, well, I've been stirring for a little while and see it's coming together. There's a lot of liquid, so I'm going to take a strainer and strain some of the water out. Up, there we go. And then you want to take this and you just want to keep kneading it. It takes quite a while. Make sure all the liquid's out of it. So I've been mixing a while, and this is kind of what it turned out like. Now, it works better if you use just liquid starch and glue, if the detergent doesn't work. So, well, we've made them all now, and let's all compare to see which ones we like the best. Okay. You see this mess I've made? Who's going to help me clean all this up? I'll be back in a minute. Did you guys have fun making slime today? Oh, good. I did too. We made a lot. Some worked and some didn't. So let's see now which ones we like the best. This one is what color? Yellow. This one was made out of you're right, the conditioner and the cornstarch. This one was made with shampoo and cornstarch. And what color is this one? Green. These two were similar. They were made out of, who remembers? Glue and baking soda. This one had more at the end. This one was made with it. And then this one. Well, this one, it started coming apart and was kind of crumbly. So I changed it. This one is just liquid starch and glue. So, and what color is this one? White. And these are pink. So, the first one, this one is very, very soft. almost foamy feeling. But it kind of reminds me of Play-Doh a little bit. And it's nice because you can make different things. You can build things. Let's see. It's not very slimy though, is it? No. When you think of slime, you think of it slimy. This you can build with. So it's kind of neat. And it sticks to each other. See? That's kind of cool. I kind of like that kind. Uh-oh, his head fell off. This one is made with the soap and cornstarch. This one, well, it's soft like this one, but it's not as soft. It's a little harder to squish. And it's a little bit more crumbly. So I don't really think I like this one. It's more like clay. But it's still fun to play with. Let's see if it sticks to each other. Let's make a ball. Two balls. Kind of. Okay, so now these are more like the real slime. This one is like the slime we play with at school. Let's see how high. Whoa. I have it in the dish because it's the kind that goes everywhere. But it's fun if you play it on a tray. I like this one a lot. It's really sticky. And it's cool to the touch. This one will last a while. Do you see it? Look. Whoa. Is it gonna break? Very, very slimy. Ugh. But it sticks all over your hands. But that's a good thing. That can be fun. Remember how to do it? You just wipe like this, rub, and it comes right off. Or you can take it and do like this. And it comes right off. So, the next one we have is the same thing, but I added a little bit more baking soda to it. So it makes it a little harder. It still stretches, but it's not as slimy. And you can still play with it. So it depends on what you like. Now, this is the last one that's made with just glue, and we didn't put any dye in this one. This one I like also. It's very stretchy and bouncy, and it doesn't stick to your hands. Oh, do you hear those snapping crackings? So which one do you like the best? This one's kind of neat if you have contact solution. So, it all depends on what you like. This one's kind of my favorite, even though it's very sticky. I can sit here and play with it all day. This one's good too if you just want to sit there and stretch. Oh, it broke. What fun. Well, I hope you had fun making slime with me. You can make this at home too. There's so many different ways you can make slime. Have fun. As a side note, make sure you keep all these in a sealed tight container, especially these. These have a tendency to dry a little bit, but I've noticed if you just play with them the next day and get them worked up, they'll come back to life again. But they do dry out the edges and get really crumbly, so you might have to help the kids get them back to the way they were.